We got doggy magic happening here.
We're live.
Oh, that's so funny. Look at her ear. She just will not wake up today. I don't know what her deal is. Welcome, everybody. This is Bobby Shanks. I am proud to be the owner of Shanks Realty Group.
And I'm Ian.
Ian, the Jedi Master of all things video and marketing and
Whatever that is.
the crap I don't do.
Yeah, whatever that is.
We make a good team. Hey, 19, 20, 1, 2, 5 years. Thank you.
It's been a long time.
Thank you. And congratulations.
It's one of those things where it didn't feel like 5 years. That's for sure.
No, it did not. Oh my gosh. We won't even get into that.
Yeah.
Let's talk about New Year's resolutions.
Well, let's start with yesterday because you.
Oh, and we need to talk about Donna. Hey, listen, everybody.
Yeah.
Donna's not here. She's, it's the week after Christmas and Thanksgiving. She's doing some family stuff.
Yeah.
So she's not here today. Ian, who's normally behind the camera, is in front of the camera today, which I'm super stoked about because we haven't done this in a while. Of course, we've got the little precious little Moxie here who woke me up like 4 times last night. I think she's got growing pains or something, like her little bones and joints or something are getting a little cray-cray, and it's making her just whine a little. So, yeah, the kickoff party yesterday. Okay, I know this is crazy. I'm probably going to get hisses from the audience, but everyone with Shanks Realty Group, agents and staff, etc., came in to the office yesterday all day long on New Year's Day. And of course, you can't see it on the camera, but there's posters everywhere and handwritten notes, and it was we catered lunch and everything. And by golly, we spent the first day of the year getting ready for the year. And it's just kind of one of those things where it's amazing how easy it is to get negative momentum fast. So, and I'm not saying that January 1st is the day for everybody, but stereotypically. So,
well, I'll tell you this. I mean, from Christmas until like the turn of the new year, even though it's just another day and there's the calendar really doesn't exist, like getting something started and like getting ready for the new year or starting on anything that I'm like going to
I know exactly
continue,
where you're going.
You know what I mean? Like it's so hard because and I don't even understand why there's such a mindset shift from December 31st to January 1st, but it happens.
I don't know. People use it as a way to kind of just draw their line in the sand and say, hey, today I'm going to stop this habit or I'm going to start this new habit or whatever. It's a New Year's resolution. You got any?
I've got so I don't really do like resolutions, but like I have like a note on my phone of all the goals and things like that I'm going to, and anyway, so I've got like some personal stuff and all that. And then I've got like, running goals for, my workouts and everything like that. So I've got it all sectioned out and it's on a note on my phone and it's gonna, I'm trying to, I thought I had it set up properly, but there's like a way where it like pings you every morning. So that same note every morning when I wake up, it like is a notification. So it reminds me every morning.
That's not bad.
So I'm trying to find some sort of like alert thing.
Yeah.
Cause that's one thing that I do a poor job of when I like set goals is like, I'm really good at remembering it. And then as crap happens, I forget to reference back to it in a month or two. Yep. So if I can have that note, tap me on the shoulder every morning, I think it would be pretty helpful.
So it's like going to the gym. And I'm using that example intentionally. The first week, bang, 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 bang. Like you're pumped, you're jacked, you're motivated, you hate getting up, but you do it because you're right. But then the next week, it's like, oh, I've got that, parent-teacher conference, so I can't make it to the gym. Okay, you missed a day. Not a big deal. But then you miss the next day. And then you go the next day and the next day and the next day. But then the next week, you miss a day. and then the next, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Everybody knows what I'm saying. It's hard.
There's a little trickle effect that, you know, that one day you kind of allow yourself to take a day off, or the one day you allow yourself to have an excuse as to why you couldn't accomplish your goals.
Yep.
It kind of creeps in, or just trickles over time.
Yeah. Boy, that really affects me. Well, okay. I'll be vulnerable. This is going to shock people. I haven't been to the gym since last March.
Hey,
and I'm happy. Mm-hmm. I'm super happy. I definitely have a lot of muscular atrophy. I'm going to say as much as 25%. I know I can get it back. I know I need to go back to the gym, but I will say this. Feel free to comment. I have been going to the gym 5 days a week for 18 years. And I just needed a break, man.
And that's the comment I was going to make to you, is like, so I finished a marathon in October, dude. I needed a month to like reset my brain.
Yeah.
Like there's that, like, just, it takes a lot, especially if we could all have $1 million in the bank, quit our jobs, and all become professional athletes, then going to the gym would be like the easiest part of your day. But when you throw in every other layer that comes above it, like having fitness related goals or doing things like that, it takes an extra amount of effort that most people aren't willing to give.
It does.
Mm-hmm. And so when people say, "Oh, dude, I just need a break," I'm like, yeah, you need a break, because you did something that is abnormal. And mm-hmm. sometimes you need to bring yourself back down to normality to allow your body to rest, recover, your brain, you just need that. And you just don't get that when you just keep pounding and pounding and pounding and pounding, and then don't give yourself any time to.
Well, I mean, I guess basically I kind of gave myself some burnout.
Mm-hmm. Well, and
not to mention my elbows are toast.
Well, maybe not burnout. You were just kind of at the point where you're just ready. I feel like you needed a different chapter. You're ready for a different chapter.
Yes.
You know, like,
and I'm working on that. That's part of my 2024.
And I think a lot of people, they look at that as burnout, whereas reality is you're just turning the next page and it's just a new chapter.
Yeah.
So
that is true for me.
I think a lot of people think about it the wrong way.
And when I go back, I don't believe that my days of going to the gym 5 days a week for an hour and a half to 2 hours a day, that's over.
Yeah.
I loved it. I did it for almost 2 decades. I did it while my body was young mm-hmm. and healthy. It's still young and healthy, but it's not that young anymore. I hurt.
Your body's
it
ready
hurts.
For,
Squats hurt. Bicep curls hurt. Bench, shoulder, it all hurts. I need to slow down.
Yeah.
And just work on being healthy and not beach body.
And so, you know, one of the things that a lot of people forget about when they're like that hardcore in the gym is the like mobility work, the you know, strengthening the joints,
mobility work
and
is
all
so
that
important,
and all that stuff. And so you might just be at the point where like, let's just make my body function the way I want it to again.
You're right. You're absolutely right.
So that's a cool goal.
So let's see here. I have another one. Go ahead.
No, talk about your trip to Best Buy.
Okay. So there's a popular word these days, and it's called disruptor.
Mm-hmm.
If you are a company, most commonly referred to like in tech companies, like they're a disruptor, blah, blah, blah. Well, Amazon is not really a disruptor anymore, I don't think, because they've been around since the late 90s. Now they had a slow growth, but it goes without saying, and this is my opinion, Amazon owns retail, period.
They are the standard.
They are the standard.
Mm-hmm.
Now check this out. I like to do business with business people I know, people like on my like expensive services. I only do business with someone that, like, if I have their mobile number and I know I can call them.
Mm-hmm.
But when it comes to retail stuff, I at least try to shop local, like here in Jeffco or small business owners. But as so happens today, the keyboard on my Windows Surface Pro died. So I went to Best Buy, and the guy helped me. Like, we got a different keyboard, and it worked on my computer. My keyboard would not work on another computer. So obviously my keyboard was dead. My computer is 5 years old. A brand new keyboard, $180. And it wasn't fancy. It didn't have lights. It was basic. Now it is a keyboard that like attaches to my Surface Pro, so it's not like an everyday laptop. Yeah. It's a nice laptop. I kid you not. I stood right there in the store. Like, I looked at the kid. It was a kid,
Yeah.
And I'm like, hey man, I don't want to be disrespectful, but I'm going to have to look this up on Amazon.
$180.
I was speechless.
Yeah.
How does someone pay that?
How does someone pay it without checking?
Oh my gosh.
Around.
Amazon, $52. I think that's overpriced. I'm turning into my dad.
Well,
I bought it in the store before I even walked out.
Yeah,
it gets delivered today.
I was at Dick's.
$130 more, and I had to drive.
And similar story. I was at Dick's. I found a shirt that I wanted.
I like Dick's.
Sporting goods. Yeah, do you know I used to work there when I was in college?
I think I did know that, actually. You told me that one time.
I worked there when I was in college, and we had this program when I was there. Like, you come in with a different price, we matched it on the spot.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's why I love Dick's.
Smart.
And that's why I keep shopping with them. And one, I used to work there, but also, like, I would walk in, and if I found a better price, no questions, match it on the spot, move on. So I was in Dick's, found a shirt that I liked, ended up looking it up on a different online retailer who was running a 30% off promo for that same exact shirt. You look at the SKUs, they're all the same. Yeah. Everything's the same. Match up. I walk up and said, hey, would you be able to match that price? Oh, we only match these 5 places anymore. So they only match, Nike.com, Adidas.com, UnderArmour.com, whatever.com of the actual product. That's the only manufacturer, or that's the only website that they match anymore. And then also Academy Sports and like their competitors.
Oh yeah, of course.
So they'll match their competitors. But like, this is a nationally recognized online retailer who does, is $20 million a year business. One of the first accounts with Nike, like one of the first places that Nike ever sold wholesale to. Like, this has been around for forever.
Yeah.
Just, they're running a 30% off coupon. I say, hey, will you price match this? No, we don't do that anymore. Ordered it in the parking lot. 2 days later, because I got free 2-day air shipping from them, it showed up on my doorstep. Didn't have to go anywhere else.
Boy.
I'll tell you, you know what? You want to know what retail places are now? They're try-on places. They're places.
Oh my gosh, you are right.
They're like the sample place. You go to Best Buy, you look around, you're like, oh, I like this camera. And then you go buy it on Amazon for half the price. Or you go, if you want to try a pair of jeans on, you go to the store, you try it on, you go home, and there's a 40% off coupon that isn't available in the store. And until retail figures out that they need to flip that model to where if you come into the store, we give you a better discount, these stores are never going to survive.
I don't think they will.
I don't think they will either.
I think, and there's an age gap between you and I. Like, when I was growing up in very, very rural Missouri, we were 2 hours away from the closest shopping mall. And I can remember like once, maybe twice a year, but once a year, you know, my parents or somebody's parents was going to a shopping mall. Like
it was go time.
Oh, you wore your best jeans, you wore a collared shirt. Like it was like when people would go on an airplane in the 60s. Like you dressed up.
Yeah.
It was a big deal. Now
and the other
talk about a shift.
It's also a problem that they have a sale every other month. You know, so if you missed Black Friday, who cares? There's one because of New Year's. Then in 2 weeks there's an Easter sale, and then in a month then there's this and Valentine's Day sale. And
so I have a theory. You'll like this.
Okay.
While the retailers, let's just talk real estate. What do you know? Let's talk real estate. As the retailers' square footage shrinks, Amazon is going to take that square footage and build it into a warehouse. So if Walmart's this big, right, whatever that is, 250 feet by 400 feet or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, Amazon can do that, except just build it up.
Well, so
same amount of product spread out throughout the country on a lot less real estate. And, you know, if you've ever been driven by a few Amazon places, they're massive. They look like fortresses.
I could even see a showroom concept where the first 50 feet of Walmart is all their new shiny products that you can go try out and everything. And then you either have two options. Either it gets shipped to your door before you leave, or number two, you pull your car around to the back and you wait an hour and they load it into your car and then you take it home. And the rest of it behind that little showroom is just warehouse space.
I love it.
Something like that.
So check this out. Proves our point. Maybe. Weekends only.
Gone out of business.
Not just one. All of them. And I bought, you know, at least for what's for me, nice furniture from there the last time I moved a year and a half ago. And I was going to go in and buy another piece of furniture to match the bedroom set that I bought.
Yeah.
I pulled into the parking lot on Saturday morning and I'm like, did they have a fire?
Yeah.
No, they're closed. I got on the website, closed, like St. Peter's or wherever. Wow. Well, like how does weekends only go out of business? They're only open on the weekend. They have limited staff. Their sales staff is only paid based upon how much they sell. And they're a warehouse. Like if they can't make it, there's some retailers out there that they just don't stand a chance. And I'm talking big, like Fortune 500 names.
Like Best Buy.
I didn't want to say it, but yes, Best Buy is a very, very good example. And here's what's funny. You remember Circuit City? Best Buy put Circuit City out of business.
Yeah. Well, but
with malice, they did it.
So either Best Buy has to become Amazon for technology and, you know, sell at the same rate. And, you know, even Walmart now, you go on Walmart.com, they're not just selling Walmart stuff. They're selling the crap that, you know, you get from China and people are putting listings up there now.
When I bought my prefab gazebo, that was quite a bit of money, right? It wasn't one of the $400 jobs from Costco. It had to be built. I tried to price match it on Walmart.com. They sold it. Same brand, everything, same building. And I just had a better deal at another location who did price match me. Here's a funny one. On that topic, I ended up buying it from Home Depot.
Interesting. Okay.
Home Depot online. But I tried to get price matching with some other places, one of them being Walmart and one of them being Costco. Or I'm sorry, Sam's and Costco. They will not match. Home Depot will not match Sam's or Costco because they're not retailers. They're wholesalers. And I'm like,
interesting.
And I can't tell you how bad I want to have the words leave my mouth of what I really thought in that moment. So if you know me, you know what I was thinking. It's something along the lines of lots of colorful words. and ends with, it's the same to me.
Yeah.
I can buy this from you, or I can buy this from them. It's the same to me. It may not be the same to you, but if you want my business, I suggest you see it the way I see it, apples to apples.
And see,
I'm going to get on the soapbox. I don't mean to do that.
Until companies start to look at it that way, and they start to realize what their customers actually want. They want to make sure that they have the best price possible. They want to get it as soon as they can, and they want it to be easy. And until these companies turn around like Amazon is and say, okay, we'll do that. I mean, heck, I bought something 3 months ago. I just never opened the box. I was like, oh, shoot. Return, obviously don't need this thing.
Right.
Took it back up, and within 30 minutes, I had money back in my account. Or like routed back to my account. And no other place does that. And take it back to me 3 months later, no questions asked. Give it back. Here's your money. Bye.
That happened to me.
Yeah.
I did a return at the UPS store. And I kid you not, I was walking out of the building on my way to the truck. I got a text that says your account has been credited.
It's that fast.
It's still sitting in the UPS store.
Yeah, it's that fast. And the fact that you can say, you just go return, scan the QR code, they box it up for you, ship it back.
Yeah.
It's just like, if you're not going towards the Amazon route and doing that same thing and offering that same level of service, they're just going to take your business too. And they're not going to they're going to laugh at you.
Yeah.
But we can talk about that for hours.
Oh my gosh. You and I could definitely talk about business models and workflows. And
talk one real quick second, because we mentioned this before, how like your percentage is still the same. And which is a unique thing, because in today with inflation, how it is, like everything's gone up. I mean, shoot, like a meal that the meal I ate on the way down here used to be $8.99, and I just spent $13 on it.
Yeah, So inflation. First of all, let me just say, as a matter of record and fact, at least according to the United States government, if you're inclined to believe statistics from the United States government, it's all I have to go on. So that's what I'm going to believe. Inflation in 2022 is 8%. I don't have the 2023 number yet. I'm sure it would be easy to get, but I would say it's probably comparable. Hopefully it's lower than 8%. It would be great if it was under 6. Our country does have a fiscal policy that we use, regardless of what president or what administration or what party is in office or control of the House and Senate, et cetera. It doesn't matter. We have fiscal policy. And now the fiscal policy can be altered and whatever, but so far it looks like our government's doing their job, exercising the fiscal policy that all of you have voted on by the people you've elected. And okay, so I kind of set that up, and now to say this. Inflation goes up and down. Whether or not you get a bonus this year, or if you get a pay raise, or let's say you get a pay raise and it's 2% and inflation's 8%. Well, you only eliminated a negative 2%. Okay, of the already 6% positive inflation for your household. And here's the thing about inflation. Oh my gosh, I'm going to start sounding like a classroom here. It affects all industries. It affects some more than others for sure. And we might remember how much the price of 2x4 was.
You're still in a classroom mode from yesterday.
I know. I
am too.
I was on my feet all day yesterday.
I am too.
So I say all of that to say this. A realtor, on average, okay, there's different scenarios and different parts of the country that do different things, but on average, realtors who became in existence in the 1920s, so 100 years ago, when they would list your home or other real estate, it was 6%. 100 years ago. Well, guess what it has now?
6%.
6%. And believe it or not, way back in the day, almost all business owners worked on, shall we say, like a pro bono, where they worked and then they got paid. Most white collar professionals don't have a model like that, or they
Mhm.
have some sort of blended model where you, like car people, you have car sales, you have a commission plus a base salary, etc. Attorneys, they get paid by the hour. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Believe me, dude, I would love to be paid by the hour.
Yeah.
Awesome. But that's just not how it works.
Yeah.
So my point is, we've never changed. It's always been 6%. I've always been, 6%. I mean, there's some unique examples where sometimes it's more. I'm pretty much never less. But in a world where numbers are manipulated and massaged, or even just flat out lied about,
yeah,
our industry has stayed the same. And when all of that government regulation came into play after 2010 to 2014, when the federal government stepped in and really regulated all the industries in real estate because of the mortgage fraud.
Mm-hmm.
Well, guess what industry got regulated the least, which honestly is to say virtually not at all? Realtors.
Mm-hmm.
Because we have our own governing body through the National Association of Realtors. And, we make sure we're doing what we're supposed to be doing, and we do it ethically.
Yeah.
So whether inflation, like in 2000, I don't remember what year it was, but there was one year where inflation was like negative 1%,
mm-hmm.
And now it's positive 8%. Stayed the same.
Realtors didn't say, "Oh, it's everyone's making more money. Now we're 7%."
Yeah. Realtors didn't say, "Oh, well, we want you to start tipping."
Yeah.
When you slide your card for somebody who didn't do anything.
Yeah.
Except take your order.
Flip the iPad around.
Okay.
Give me more money.
Why am I tipping you? I mean, your teeth are white. I mean, high five.
Yeah.
But why? We haven't. Oh, here's another one. We haven't tacked on a 3.5% merchant fee because you want to use a credit card for the points. Well, if I'm only getting 2% cash back or whatever it is, and I'm getting charged at 3.5%, like it just,
Mm-hmm.
I realize those aren't apples to apples, but your realtor, me, or somebody else, like we've pretty much stayed the same.
Yeah.
The Realtor Association nationwide in the United States, and for the most part, Canada too, which are the two areas that I have the most knowledge on, we're still the same.
Yeah.
Boy, we really beat it today, didn't we?
We always,
boy, what did we talk?
Okay, every time we do this, we sit down and we're like, okay, we're keep it short.
Keep it short.
30 minutes later.
Over 30 minutes?
Yeah,
oh my gosh. Let's get off of here. Nobody wants to listen to us this long.
All right, I'm hitting the button. See ya.
Moxie, say goodbye.
Bye, everybody.